I didn't believe that I could be better. I didn't believe I could be healthy. I just assumed that life was misery, and that's going to be that. I'll just bide my time. And for some reason, when I got married, I had this longing to be better, to feel better, to be healthy for my family. And I just got on YouTube and looked up borderline personality disorder, which is what I was diagnosed with, which I was misdiagnosed. It wasn't that. It was more neurodivergence, but, and they told me there was no cure for it. So I just had that in my mind that this was incurable. But I looked up borderline personality disorder cure just for giggles, And this man came on there and told his story, and he said that the law of attraction helped him heal. And I was like, I'm gonna do that, So I started to watch law of attraction videos and give it my best shot,
Mm-hmm.
And this was the first time that I started to inquire. I stopped fighting my thoughts and started to just look at them and be like, that's a good one, that's a bad one. I need to choose grateful over self-loathing or whatever. And I was very hyper focused and diligent, and it took me a few months, and I became really good at being grateful and noticing the belittling thoughts and becoming more sensitive to them instead of it being the baseline, And that's what started it all. There started to be synchronicity, like feelings of a profound meaning, like everything was serendipitous and strange. And I listened to an audiobook called The Lives of the Masters of the Far East.
Oh, yeah. I read that when I was a new meditator back in the 60s. Yeah. Far out stuff.
Yeah. And I was very naive, so I didn't know if it was fictional or not. I was confused.
I think it's mostly fictional, but it was fun.
Yeah. After the fact, I'm like, of course that's fictional.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the time I was glad I didn't know, because I was like, really? But I did see that it was based on something that people do believe in, which is this possibility to be liberated. And so I started looking into that and found Eckhart Tolle, and I listened to one of his books, and I became very present with trying to understand what he was pointing to. And I had what I call an initial awakening, which was, there was about a day and a half where I was very bizarrely present, and just like, it was just like, so everything was so clear, and the thoughts fell away, and I could see sparkles in the air and stuff.
Nice.
And it wasn't scary or anything. I just sat on the porch all day and looked at the trees and the sky, and I went to sleep and got up the next day and did it again. And then I started to question it. Like, a thought came, who will live my life? And everything flooded back in, the personhood, the identification, the claiming. And I immediately wanted to find that again. So that's when the seeking began.